Hello Rina, can you introduce yourself in a few words?
Hi, my name is Rina Vorakari and I work here in a European Schoolnet office. In the last 2 years, I've been working on the MELT portal and the concept for social tagging tool.
Rina, can you explain what according to you constitutes a learning resource which can be used successfully in the classroom?
It can be the pedagogical aspects, it can be the technical aspects, but most importantly, it's the reusability in a new pedagogical educational context, the one that the learning resource was not necessarily intended for in the first place. Every time when I get to speak with teachers, it becomes very interesting to hear the multiple ways that they use learning resources. They come up with always with something innovative and something new. And what I'm, of course, with tags fascinated about is how we can capture those little insights about the reuse in new pedagogical and educational context on the portal, and this way also disseminate the information further.
Rina, in MELT we have identified learning resources which can travel well. Can you give us an example from the MELT portal?
Sure. Travel well is related to the reuse of learning resources in a new linguistic or country context. Travel well resources are the ones that cross borders easily. Those borders, they can be either linguistic borders or they can be country borders. So these could be, for example, resources that are developed in one country and they are reused by teachers in another country or 2 or 3 countries. I have actually an example here, which is a visualization. Here you can see users on a current portal of MELT. Here are the users from Hungary, from Belgium, from Austria, and from Finland. And here in the middle we have learning resource that has been used by teachers from all these countries. In this case, the learning resource is developed in Slovakia, and it's about learning languages. So of course, language material travels pretty well because in this case, for example, it's teaching English. We also have some learning resources that are not in English, which is maybe a little bit less easy for teachers and for learners to find these resources in the first place, and then the second place, use them in the classroom. But as usual, teachers are very innovative in using resources. And here I have another example. This is a Polish resource to teach the Greek Persian wars. And as you can see, everything here is in Polish. But when I was showing this to one group of teachers, they started coming up with ideas that, oh, I could use this resource with my pupils, and they would have to find out what these words mean in my language. And they came up with, again, with many interesting ways to use the resource. And that kind of reuse in a new educational context is very interesting for travel well resources. And this is something, again, that we're using tags to find out more about. And also we are implementing something called pedagogical concepts or pedagogical stories so that we can capture these new ways and share them easily with other MELT users.